Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sushant Akal. The top stories first. Gokul Baskota files case against agent of Swiss company, insists allegations against him are fake. Authorities claim coronavirus will not impact Visit Nepal campaign, say government is well prepared to tackle the threat. Dahal, hopeful of PM honoring party decision, claims that PM himself had agreed to nominate Gautam as upper house member. Countries struggle to contain coronavirus outbreak, WHO issues very high alert. And FIFA president says people more important than games, all football leagues across Europe on high alert. And now the news in detail. Former Communication Minister Gokul Baskota has filed a case against Bijay Mishra for insulting him. Baskota filed the case against Mishra, an agent of a Swiss company, at the Kathmandu District Court on Friday. Mishra had leaked an audio tape record in which Baskota had demanded Rs 700 million bribe for the procurement of security printing press from the Swiss company. Baskota was forced to resign from his post after the audio tape was leaked. After filing the case, Baskota wrote on Twitter that he is seeking justice for the insult and fake allegations against him. Prime Minister KP Oli had defended Baskota on Thursday, stating that he resigned on moral grounds and not because he has been convicted. President Bidya Devi Bhandari has stressed on the need to improve road networks, industries, hotels and rapid digitization for sustainable development. Addressing a program at Kanchanpur yesterday, President Bhandari congratulated everyone involved in making the Visit Nepal 2020 campaign successful and added that everyone's effort in making this event successful is highly commendable. She said the focus to develop this sector should now be placed on digitization, hotel industries and improvement of road networks. She also urged the government to place priorities on projects like Western Seti, Pancheshwar, Kailas Mansarovar and other large projects. The program also hosted various cultural dances native to the far western province. The program will continue till Monday. The government has stated that it is well prepared not to allow the coronavirus outbreak to affect the Visit Nepal 2020 campaign. Speaking at an interaction on effects of coronavirus on the travel and tourism industry of Nepal yesterday, Suraj Vaidya, coordinator of the VNY Secretariat, claimed that none of the programs of Nepal will be affected by the outbreak. He said that the Visit Nepal year not only focuses on welcoming 2 million tourists but also identifying new tourism destination and investing in this sector. Therefore, coronavirus will not have much effect on the tourism sector, he asserted.
कोरोनाभाइरस चाहिँ आएको छैन भनेर भन्छन् है र त्यो सन्देहले मलाई लाग्छ नआउँदैमा आउँदैन भन्ने पनि होइन त्यसको तयारी नेपाल रहनुपर्छ हिजो मात्र चाहिँ वर्ल्ड हेल्थको साथीहरूले यो कुराको सन्दर्भमा निकै नै प्रस्तुति पारेको हुन्छ यसमा चाहिँ हरेक मुलुकको तयारी हुनु पनि जरुरी चाहिँ छ.
The government's initiative to organize the Visit Nepal 2020 campaign faced an early setback due to the coronavirus outbreak in China, which has affected global economy. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. After the break, we continue with other national news. Executive Chairman of ruling Nepal Communist Party, Pushpakamal Dahal, has expressed his belief that Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli will honor the decision taken by the party's secretariat meeting. Speaking at a program organized in Chitwan yesterday, Dahal claimed that secretariat meeting chaired by Prime Minister himself had agreed to nominate NCP leader Bamdev Gautam as a National Assembly member. Dahal said he is hopeful that the Prime Minister will not waver from the unanimous decision.
उहाँले सिफारिस नगर्ने कुरा म कल्पना पनि गर्न सक्दिनँ। उहाँले गर्नुहुन्छ, मैले त्यति बुझेको हो। गर्नु भएन भने के भन्ने कुरातिर म अहिले जानै चाहन्न। मलाई विश्वास छ उहाँले, पार्टीले सर्वसम्मत आफै उहाँकै अध्यक्षतामा र मेरो दुईटैको संयुक्त अध्यक्षतामा बसेको बैठकले सर्वसम्मत गरेको निर्णयलाई उहाँले अवज्ञा गर्नुहुन्छ भनेर म कल्पना पनि गर्न सक्दिनँ, कसैले कल्पना गर्न पनि हुँदैन।
That the meeting held some days ago, however, did not decide on increasing the number of secretariat members. Police have arrested a person who was involved in cheating people by presenting himself as a staffer at the American Embassy in Kathmandu. 41-year-old Kedar Khadka of Melamchi Sindhupalchok, who has been residing in Thali in the northeastern outskirts of Kathmandu, was arrested in the capital by the police. A team from the Metropolitan Police Crime Division, TECU, arrested him after receiving complaints that he cheated people by showing fake ID card of the embassy. He had made fake ID cards in the names of Deepak Karki and Bikas Khadka. He is accused of collecting anything between Rs 30,000 to 400,000 each from 10 individuals, promising them of providing visa. One of the victims said that Khadka promised him of making quick arrangement for dependent visa through a contact in the US. He allegedly told the victims that he could take 28 individuals to the USA for a program on HIV. Police are investigating into the issue. And now the news from the economic front. Finance Minister Yubaraj Khatiora has said the economic growth and financial stability must be maintained in the country. Inaugurating the 3rd International Economic and Financial Conference organized by the Nepal Rashtra Bank, Khatiora further added that there is a good reason to be optimistic about Nepal's economic growth, and the predictions for the current fiscal year says the country's goal for financial growth is within reach. However, he also pointed out the problem of shadow banking, where the work set up for Rashtra Banijya Bank is being done by non-banking institutes. Khatiora further added that the success in the financial market is also a good indicator of a successful government, and says it is imperative that the private sector must also join this march to economic prosperity. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. The coronavirus spread further yesterday, with cases reported for the first time in at least 6 countries across 4 continents, Reuters reported. The latest spread of the deadly disease has battered markets and led the WHO to raise its impact risk alert to very high. Hopes that the epidemic that started in China late last year would be over in months have been shattered. World shares were on course for their largest weekly fall since the 2008 financial crisis, bringing the global wipeout to $5 trillion as supply chains were disrupted, travel plans postponed, and major events cancelled. The WHO said it was raising its assessment of the global risk to very high from high, which its head of emergencies, Dr. Mike Ryan, said was intended to put national authorities on full alert. I think it is a reality check for every government on the planet. Wake up, get ready. This virus may be on its way and you need to be ready, Ryan said. The latest WHO figures indicate over 82,000 people have been infected, with over 2,700 deaths in China and 57 deaths in 46 other countries. Mexico, Nigeria, New Zealand, Lithuania, Belarus, and Azerbaijan reported their first cases, all with travel history connected to the epicenters in Italy and Iran. Former Afghan President Hamid Karzai welcomed the signing of a potentially historic deal between the US and the Taliban to end 18 years of war in Afghanistan. The deal is to be signed today in Qatar for the eventual withdrawal of 13,000 American troops, AP reported. In his remarks on the eve of the deal, Karzai thanked the Americans for their generosity but had harsh words for the US government and military. On behalf of the Afghans, he expressed gratefulness to the American people and the international community for the help that they provided. Karzai was chosen as Afghanistan's first post-Taliban leader after the US-led coalition in 2001 toppled the hardline Taliban. Karzai ruled until 2014, and during that time, his relationship with his US allies soured. He complained often and bitterly about night raids on villages carried out by US forces hunting Taliban insurgents. He often said it was tactics used by the Americans and by the Afghan fighting partners who used American troops to exact revenge that drove many Taliban who had returned to their homes back onto the battlefield. To the US government, to the US military, we say you were very heavy-handed against the Afghan people. You bombed our villages, brought immense suffering to the Afghan people, he said. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. FIFA President Gianni Infantino has not ruled out next month's international fixtures being postponed as the spread of coronavirus continues. People's health is much more important than any game, BBC quoted Infantino as saying. Players have contacted unions out of fear and are concerned about games in high-risk environments. On Friday, there were a number of other coronavirus-related developments affecting football. This weekend's matches in Switzerland's top two divisions have been called off. English club Tottenham's Song Heung-min will self-isolate when he returns from surgery in South Korea, and Newcastle and West Ham United have banned handshakes at their training grounds. 3 more cases of the virus were confirmed in the UK on Friday, bringing the total number in the country to 19. Norwich City moved to within 4 points of escaping from the relegation zone as they defeated Leicester City by 1-0. The Canaries were in real danger of being cut adrift heading into the final 10 games of the season, but can now retain hope of overhauling the struggling sides above them after a much-needed win. Daniel Farke's side had not scored from open play since New Year's Day, but managed to hang on after Lewis smashed in for a 5th win of the season. However, for Leicester, the string of dropped points is a cause for concern. Leicester have looked locked in for a European place for months now and will remain in 3rd place this weekend, but they will now be starting to worry after a damaging slump in form. This week marks the first anniversary of former Liverpool coach Brendan Rodgers' arrival at Leicester, and the club will look to bounce back from the blip in the form to mark Rodgers' first year as successful year. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Gokul Baskota files case against agent of Swiss company, insists allegations against him are fake. Authorities claim coronavirus will not impact Visit Nepal campaign, say government is well prepared to tackle the threat. Dahal, hopeful of Prime Minister honoring party decision, claims that Prime Minister himself had agreed to nominate Gautam in the upper house. Countries struggle to contain coronavirus outbreak, WHO issues very high alert. And FIFA president says people more important than games, all football leagues across Europe on high alert. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.